Finding out your child has spina bifida is emotional.
How emotional?
Let's talk about that. This is Bifida Blog. Welcome back to Bifida Blog. This is day 3 already. Today, as promised, we're going to be talking about our emotions, about finding out, and how we're feeling at the moment. We've also got a fun competition coming your way, which is to guess the weight and a few other bits. Chance of winning a prize, so stay tuned. Okay, so as we explained yesterday, we found out in Bristol at 20 weeks that NoLo had his condition. And, well, emotions. Needless to say, emotions were a bit all over the place, weren't they? I mean, the thing is, I think we both dealt with it in different ways, although the same, we were slightly different ways.
I guess initially, for both of us though, it did feel like you'd just been hit by a ton of bricks, basically. You weren't expecting... It's the kind of thing you don't ever expect to happen to you. Maybe somebody else, but...
It sounds awful, doesn't it? But it's true. You
don't ever think that something like that would happen to you.
No. I think after having Heidi as well, and it being so easy, just like, oh, this one should be easy. Second time around, the way I dealt with it was through... the first couple of days, I mean, the guys at work will probably vouch for this, that I'd locked myself up for a couple of days. and the thing I said to most people was that I could do my work, I know how to do my work, and I can get on with that. Whereas I couldn't work this out. I couldn't get an answer.
Should probably add that we had around a week, 2 weeks to make a decision about whether we wanted to carry on with the pregnancy or whether we wanted to terminate the pregnancy on medical grounds. They went into quite detail about what that would involve. And also we'd been told what kind of things NoLo would have to go through if we carried on. So it was a very, oh my gosh, this is an impossible situation. We've never been, ones for terminating, I would say. We've always been fairly pro-life. But when you're told that your child could have such a low quality of life potentially, you've got to, we had to think to ourselves, is this the right thing to do for him?
I guess for me it was a newfound appreciation for those that they have to make that decision. I think at the time it was a case that the fact that we had to make that decision, it sounded awful, but you almost wish that something else would make that decision for you if it was meant to be.
Like somebody would
don't
tell
do it,
you what
or
to
if
do.
it wasn't supposed to be, I guess would be the thing, that something would happen. But it is incredibly hard to think about that and making that decision, because it's a lifelong decision for everyone, everyone involved. And that wasn't easy. I think we look back at it now and we're like, oh yeah, well, we all sort of came to the same conclusion, but
it was a tough couple of days, the first couple of days after. I mean, especially for me, I was constantly feeling the baby move, and that was like a constant reminder that he was alive and, that kind of thing. So as a mother, to feel your unborn baby quite obviously moving and whatnot, for the first day after, I was in a pretty horrible place. But then, maybe by day 2 or 3, I think we'd kind of sort of like come to terms with, well, this is how it is, we can't change it, so now we need to decide what we're going to do and throw ourselves into whichever way we decided to go. After a few days, we both sort of like, it was hard to know what the other one was thinking. You
didn't want to say something to the other and they turn around and say the other.
Oh no, I was thinking, if I'd been thinking I want to keep, and he'd say he'd been thinking, oh no, I don't want to go forward with this. It was very difficult to know what to say to each other, because you kind of hoped that you'd be on the same page, but obviously you didn't know.
No, I think what was quite useful was from the outside, and I think after that first couple of days, we were very honest with each other and said, we've just got to say what we feel.
Yeah.
Don't hide it up, and don't say it because you don't want to hurt anyone. You know, we've been married for 6 years. You know, we know we're on the same side, and I guess that would be my only advice to any other couple. Is really, you've just got to be talk about it. It's not easy.
We both thought, actually, he deserves a chance. We've been told how bad it could be, but there's still hope that it couldn't quite be that bad. There's still some hope for him, and that he deserves a chance to have that. We kind of said, or you kind of said this term, didn't you? You said if Heidi was to suddenly, although it's impossible, develop spina bifida, you know, now at 3 years old, we wouldn't just toss her aside and forget about her. So it shouldn't be any different, even though he's not here yet. And I liked the way...
As you were feeling him as well, it's much more real, much more personal.
But he was very much alive, regardless of whether he's here or inside of me.
Yeah.
Although we don't know exactly what the future holds for NoLo, we do know that with the support of our family and friends and our church, and with God's guidance, that we can get through whatever may lie before us.
So here we are now, 2 days away from the induction date. I was going to say the arrival date, but we don't know that.
That would be
and again, it's emotional, but it's been on as we know the date this time. So I think the emotions are a little bit different. We're planning to a date and we're getting stuff ready to a date. All the bags are now packed. Pretty much.
Getting the last minute bits.
Yeah. And I guess emotionally for us, we're looking forward to it. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I'd say excitement is the top emotion.
Yeah.
Followed by, obviously, a bit of apprehension about the induction process itself. And also, I guess the major thing for me will be leaving Heidi.
Yeah. Right, so the bit you've all been waiting for, this is...
competition time!
The competition is going to be based around guessing the weight, the day he comes out, and we decided on hair colour as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a guess first. I'm putting my neck out on the line here. I'm not usually very good at this, but hopefully if I can get a reasonably good guess out, I might just win. There is a prize up for grabs and we want you to be involved.
So whoever's the closest will get the prize. Yeah.
What we're going to do, we're going to do things to the time, so that's hour, minute as well. Just because if there are a lot of people entering, we just want to have the person who's closest in terms of time if there's a tie on the weights, etc.
Okay, so to give you a helping hand with the guess the weight, at a scan last week it was estimated that NoLo was weighing about £5.15 ounces. He's been measuring small throughout pregnancy, so bear that in mind when you make your guess.
Who's going first?
You can go first.
How did I know that was coming? Okay, I'm going to have a stab at 6'6". Okay?
Okay.
And yours?
My guess, I'm going to base on a dream I had before we even conceived NoLo, where I quite vividly saw our baby boy. So I'm going to guess £6.10 ounces.
Game on. We're going to go for hair colour next.
Dark brown.
Based on Heidi, I honestly think it'll be blonde. I'm not sure if that's how I would envisage it, but I think it will be blonde. Just because how much Heidi looks like you.
Even though Heidi was born with dark hair.
Yeah, that might come back to bite me. The date. Clearly, as you all know, Louise is being induced on Monday the 5th. We'll get the call in the morning, so we can imagine things will get, the process of induction will start on Monday. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, everyone. So there could be a couple of days. It could be quick. It could be the Monday. It could be the Tuesday. It could even be the Wednesday.
Or the Thursday.
Or the Thursday. Or the Friday if I want to lead you off the trail of the prize. And we all have time. So I'm going to I think you're ripe for the picking. I think we're going to go for Monday. You're not going to like this. But 11:10 in the evening.
Okay. I would be quite happy with Monday. I'm going to say... Can I say 2? Because I've got one based on my dream and one based on...
Go on then.
So my guess would be the Tuesday the 6th. And I'll say 7:27 p.m. at night.
You're going an extra day, okay.
But if I was to do it based on my dream, it was the 8th of January, so I hope that's not right.
So you're waiting a while.
I don't want to be waiting that long.
You got a time just in case you want to throw that one in?
Not for the 8th.
Yeah. Midday.
10:15 a.m.
Okay. Right, hold us to it. What we want to do is to hear your thoughts. So we want the 4 bits, we want the weight, we want the hair colour, we want the day that he's going to come on, and the time that we want to have. Okay, so pop that in the comments either on the YouTube video or on Facebook. Don't mind, we'll collate them all together, and I'm going to put together a prize, probably a box of chocolates. Quite a nice big one. I'm going for this because I'm hopeful I'll win it. So we're going to leave it there for today. Tomorrow on day 4 we're going to be filming our last day before we got to Bristol and getting everything ready. We're also going to give you the grand tour of Room de NoLo. So I hope to see you then. Thank you so much for all your comments and your likes. Please keep them up, we love hearing them. Anyhow, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. No? Right.
That's what that is. Your knees going to be beefy on the floor.
We're going to leave it at that there.
So we're going to leave it there. Bye, see you tomorrow.